Hey, welcome back to the Fire and Water Cooking Channel. I'm Darren, of course, and today, like I promised you in my last Kamado Joe video, we're going to compare the Kamado Joe Classic 2 with the Kamado Joe Classic 3 right here, and I'm going to show you what the differences are, why you might want one or the over the other. All right, guys, I'll be right back.
Smoking, grilling, getting hot and hotter, sous vide and chilling from fire and water.
All right, guys, so the first thing I want to talk about is what makes these very similar, what they both come with, what they both actually have, okay? So first of all, on the Kamado Joe Classic 2, okay, this is the one that came out after the original Kamado Joe Classic and the Big Joe. They totally redesigned the Classic 1 and turned it into something that's a lot more different than the Big Green Egg and a lot more useful as far as some of the things that it has, okay? So they both have, one of the main things that's different than some of the other Kamados out there is the hinge. It's a hydraulic based hinge that makes this lid, which is probably about a 25 to 30 pound ceramic lid, so easy to open and close and actually hold into position. It's so hard to do that. If you've ever tried to lift a Big Green Egg or any other Kamado style grill, the lid is so heavy, you usually take some good muscle power to actually get it up and down. But Kamado Joe decided one of the things they wanted to focus on is innovation into the grill that's going to make it a lot easier for everybody to cook with these. So both of these grills have this amazing hydraulic based hinge. So that's one of the things I really want to point out. They both also come with this cast aluminum top vent, and one of the things with the other, and even the original Kamado Joes and the other Kamados, they come with a cast iron lid, and it usually just has holes on the top that has like a daisy wheel that open and close the vents. Well, Kamado Joe kind of figured, well, a lot of times if it's raining out or something, water would get into that top vent. And also, being made of cast iron, they have rusting issues. So they decided to totally redesign the top lid, or the top vent, and that's what they did. They came up with cast aluminum, which means it won't rust. They actually has a two-piece, so it has this piece here that sits on top that you can actually adjust your vent for different temperatures. It also has a swing out. Actually, I think mine's kind of locked down because I haven't used it in so long, but I'll show you on the 3 here. That one actually should do that, but I haven't opened it in so long. It's probably just needs a good hit, but it kind of swings out. You can remove the top as well. And what that does, it allows you to open up that top vent all the way to get super hot for like pizzas and searing. Or you can move it to the side just like that. So very different compared to some of the other Kamado style grills out there, but both of these grills have that innovative top vent. Both of them have these really high quality thermometers for the dome, which you can also calibrate. So these both can be calibrated. So they have the same high quality temperature gauge on the dome that can be calibrated. Okay, both have the same hard plastic handle here for the lid. Like I said, they both have side shelves as well. One of the things with the Classic 2, these are the same hard type plastic as the handle, but these can actually, if you put a hot grate or a hot pan on here, these will actually melt. So you got to be careful when you have these side shelves that are made out of high density plastic. But they do have side shelves. The ones on the Classic 3 are actually made out of aluminum, hard cast aluminum. So you don't have that problem. You can set your hot grates and stuff on these and you won't have to worry about them melting. Okay, the bottom vents are set up very similar, same thing. Open and close. They both have the ash tray, which you can remove to clean out your ashes. A lot of the other Kamados don't have the ashtray. They actually you just have to use your grill ash tool here to pull that ash out. But both of these have the aluminum ashtray that you can just pull your ashes out, and they have holes in them to allow the airflow. So they don't block airflow, and they actually make it a lot easier to clean. Okay, they both come with a cart. Now, as you can see, the carts are different. Okay, so the cart on the Classic 2 is like a steel wire type cart. It's a two-piece. This ring here locks into the bottom piece with these screws. They do have two locking casters on the front, and like I said, it's pretty much, it's a bare bones type of stand here for it, but it does come with it. Now the Classic 3, they improved on the stand, and one of the things they wanted to add when they redesigned for the Classic 3 is they wanted to have a storage shelf, because one of the things you do get with the Classic 3 is your slow roller, and you can take that out, and you don't want to use that all the time. So you can take your slow roller pieces out and put them on your storage rack on the bottom. And as you can tell, the legs are a lot more stout on the Classic 3, because this is a heavier grill because it's a little bit bigger. It also has more stout wheels, so the wheels are bigger, which makes it roll easier, and it's able to hold all that weight better. The stand here also has this part here. This part here of the stand is actually a place where if you're using a temperature controller and you have wired thermometers that go in and out of it, you can actually put your wires on here for your cable your cable protection. So it'll make it so they're not getting all crossed up and twisted up together. So you can use that area right here to manage your cables for your thermometers. So they both come with the X-Rack, the ashtray, or the ash tool, and your grate tool. So they all come with that, both of them. They both come with these high temperature gaskets on both the top and the bottom. Like I said, they both come with one set of Half Moon grates. They both come with a set of Half Moon heat deflectors. The Classic 2 does not come with this slow roller you see here. I actually bought this as a separate addition accessory. Now you can buy one, but it does not come with the Classic 2. One of the things with the Classic 3, when they designed the Classic 3, they actually built this grill around that slow roller. The design for the Classic 3 actually came from a company called Desora. It was an engineering class in Harvard that designed, one of the tasks that they had for the class was to design a grill or a smoker using engineering to make it a lot better. And the thing they came up with was this slow roller insert. But what they did is they actually designed a whole grill around that, and they were actually going to market that grill. And I guess what happened, they presented it to Kamado Joe. They said, well, instead of us making our own grill and trying to start it from scratch, why don't we try to market our design and that insert to some other companies and see if there's interest. And of course, Kamado Joe, the owner of Kamado Joe, saw it and said, wow, we're an innovative company. This is an innovative product. Let's go ahead and see what we can do with this. So they actually designed the Kamado Joe Classic 3 around the slow roller insert. One of the things you'll notice between the Classic 2 and the Classic 3, the Classic 3 is a little bit taller here. It has more space as far as your vertical space, and the reason is to actually incorporate that slow roller into the cooking area. It also gives us more space to cook with if we're not using it. It gives you actually 3 levels instead of just 2 on the Classic 2. So like I said, when they did design this, they actually took the design that they had of that original grill that the Harvard students put together and they took that and kind of redesigned it and incorporated it into a new Kamado Joe Classic 3. And that's where that came from, guys. So once they designed that, they actually put it out there and said, this is the Classic 3. This is what we want to do with it. They had to go back to the drawing board, and they designed the slow roller for the legacy Kamados as well. So they decided they were going to go ahead and make the Classic 2, Classic 1, then the Big Joes make their own slow roller. So they actually had to redesign the slow roller, compact it a little bit, make it so it will fit in the older style grills, and that's what they did, and that's why I got that. So technically, guys, that's about the main difference between these two. Okay, so you got the upgraded, better cart. You got the more cooking space, more room, because this cooker is taller. You got the upgraded wheels. You got the aluminum side panels here, or the aluminum side shelves here. They're not plastic. The upgraded, thermometer wire holes there that you can use as well. And really, that's about it. The incorporation of the slow roller just makes it fit in there a lot easier than even the Classic 2 can. But that's about it, guys. They both cook the same. There's no real difference in the way they cook, especially if you're cooking on the Classic 2 and you bought the slow roller to go in there. They're going to operate the same. So, but that's about it, guys. I mean, it's, half dozen another. If you're wanting to get a really good grill and you don't want to spend the extra money on the Classic 3, you don't want that extra size, you don't want the upgraded cart, you don't really care too much about having the aluminum side shelves, the Classic 2 is going to do you just fine. If you want just a little bit more in cooking space and a little bit better cart and side shelves, you don't have to worry about these melting or anything, then the Classic 3 is for you. And that's about it, guys. So very, very similar. A lot of stuff the Classic 2 has that the Classic 3 has. Just a few other upgrades that you would get, and a little bit more size and cooking space in the Classic 3. So that's it, guys. I didn't want this to be a super, super long video, but thanks for watching. Keep an eye out. Like I said, I am getting rid of the Classic 2. I will be selling that and then making room for the Classic 3 on my deck. So be looking for some more cooks on the Classic 3. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Check out the Fire and Water Cooking website. Check out the Fire and Water Cooking edible creations, seasonings, and sauces. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.